Good morning, everybody. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. A little bit of a change in today's warm up. You see, there's no diamonds, so I wanted to have you mix it up a little bit and do some in and outs, input output machine. Remember how that works? It's a function. Whatever I did to the 0 to get to 3, I'm gonna do the same thing to the 1 to get to 5. I'm gonna do the same thing to the 2 to get 7. Okay, and sometimes people start recognizing there's a pattern. 3 plus how much is 5, 5 plus how much is 7, and that helps you to get the next number. But you notice here I have consecutive numbers, 0, 1, 2, 3, and then it skips to 5. If all I know is the pattern, I got to do 4 before I get 5. And then if I still only know the pattern, I got to do 6, 7, 8, 9 before I can get 10. So that's the first step, getting the pattern. That's awesome. But what you want to try to do is get the function. The function will let you know what happens when X goes in. What are you doing to it? And then if you know that, you don't have to get 26 through 99 to figure out what happens to get 100. You just plug in that number, okay? So that's our goal. And these are kind of hard, but check it out. I'll give you some hints, okay? When you first come back, after you press pause and copy all this down, I'll give you the next two numbers on each of these, and you can press pause again, go try it again. Okay? All right. I'll see you in a bit. All right, let's get some answers here on some of these. First off, if 0 goes in, 3 comes out, 1 goes in, 5 goes out, and you recognize that it looks like it's going up by 2. Okay, so what's going to happen when 3 goes in? Well, 7 plus 2 is 9, and that's what's going to happen. Okay, that is recognizing the pattern. But now I'm not going to have 11 for my next answer. Why? Well, that would work if a 4 went in. Okay, but a 5's going in. So 11 and then 2 more, 13 will actually come out. Okay, so we have a pattern here. We know it's going up by 2. And usually, if it's going up by a consistent number, when you have consecutive numbers, that means you're not skipping any here. Going up by 2, going up by 2, going up by 2, right? And if I had a 4 in there, 11, it would go up by 2, right? If that's consistent, then usually that means part of your function is times that amount. Okay, so it's x times 2, but 0 times 2 isn't 3. 1 times 2 isn't 5. 2 times 2 is not 7. So there's something else happening here. Okay, same idea here. What is the difference between 3 and negative 1? Well, 3 and negative 1, 3 is over here, negative 1's on the other side of 0, so that difference is actually 4. And 3 plus 4 is 7, and guess what? When 3 goes in, 11's going to come out. And if 4 went in, 15 would come out, but 4 is not going in. We're skipping all the way to 5. What's going to come out? Hopefully you figure out 19. So that pattern of going up by 4 each time, again, when I switched over to the function, that means I'm going to be multiplying whatever goes in by 4. But then I'm doing something else, okay? Because 1 times 4 is not 3, and 2 times 4 is not 7. 3 times 4 is not 11. See if you can find out what else we're doing there. Okay, and I'll show you that hint later. All right, how about this one? 0 goes in, 2 comes out, 1 goes in, 5 comes out, 2 goes in, 8 comes out. What is the difference here? Difference seems to be 3. So what do you think is going to come out if he let it? Bad. If 3 goes in, 11 will come out. All right, now, does that mean 14 is going to come out here? No, remember, I skipped over. These aren't consecutive anymore. I go from 3 to 5. Now, if 4 came in, 14 would come out. So what's going to happen when 5 goes in? If you guess 17, you're right. So part of my function so far is times 3. Okay? All right. Those are some good hints for you. See if you can get some more on your own, and we'll see you in a bit. All right, coming back. Don't forget what does of mean in math? Hopefully you wrote the word of and you put a big X through it, because of means times. Okay, and if you leave the word of and have an X through it, you know those two things are now together And that helps you remember that of means times. So having those two together is a good thing. I wouldn't replace of and just write times, because then you don't have that reminder. Okay. And we want to keep getting reminded until we have it in our brain, stuck in there, right? What kind of problems are these? These are actually order of operations problems, because we have more than one operation happening. Here we have subtracting and multiplying, adding and multiplying, subtracting, and what's going on here? That's like multiply. Okay. All right. And here, all you're going to do on these is go substitute. 1/2 b times h is, for b equals 20. I'm going to put a 20 in for b. And h equals 8. I'm going to put an 8 in for h. So now I have 1/2 times 20 times 8. Okay, and then solve it. Same idea here. If t equals 8, you're going to put an 8 in there. If the bottom equals 14, you'll put that. If the height is 7, you'll put a 7 in. Okay, and then figure it out. All right, see you in a bit. And back. Let's finish up these in and outs. Okay, we have 0 goes in, 3 comes out, 1 goes in, 5 goes out, and we always got all the way up to 5 goes in, 13 comes out. Can we figure out what else is going on? I'm going to give you a couple more hints, because this is one of those things that's really fun to do in class, because I look up, and every time a new number shows up here, I'll see a couple more kids with their eyes will light up. It's like the light bulb above their brain all of a sudden lights up. They get it. And that's so fun to see. So I like to give hints and stages here. So what's going to happen here is, let me see, times 2. So what's going to happen here when 10 goes in, 23 is going to come out. And when 20 goes in, 43 is going to go out. So that's your 2 more hints for this one. See if you can figure it out. Okay. Now you want some more hints for this one. When 10 goes in here, 39 is going to come out. And when 20 goes in, 79 is going to come out. So, okay, that's a couple more hints there. All right. Now, when 10 goes in here, it looks like 22 is going to come out. Wait. Sorry. 32 is going to come out. And when 20 goes in, 62 will come out. So that's a couple more hints for you. Okay, you go try it again. See if you can figure it out. All right, let's wrap these up. When 25 goes in, what's going to come out? Well, I don't know if you notice, part of it's times 2, but 3 times 2 is only 6. 6 is still not quite 9, right? And 2 times 2 is 4. 4 is not quite 7, right? And 1 times 2 is 2. It's not quite 5. How far away are these? Well, 1 times 2 is 2. I got to get 3 more to get to 5. 2 times 2 is 4. I need 3 more to get to 7. 3 times 2 is 6. I need 3 more to get to 9. So that 3 more is this. That's our function. I'm going to multiply by 2, then add 3. Let's go double check it. 0 times 2 is 0 plus 3. That works. 1 times 2 is 2 plus 3 is 5. That works. 5 times 2 is 10 plus 3, 13. 20 times 2 is 40 plus 3. Aha. So what's 25 times 2? That's 50, right? Plus 3. And what's 100 times 2? 200 plus 3. You can see how having this function will allow me to do anything. What happens if I put 1,000 in? You can immediately say that's going to be 2003, right? Now, in 8th grade, you won't write x times 2 plus 3. You'll write this as 2x plus 3. That means 2 times x plus 3. That's just the way they like it written back. It means the same thing. It equals. I put that equal sign there for a reason, but it's another way of writing it. All right. What's going on here? Well, 1 times 4 is not 3. It's 4. 4 is 1 too many. 2 times 4 is 8, not 7. 8 is 1 too many. 3 times 4 is 12, not 11. That's 1 too many. So what's going on? I'm also going to subtract 1 when I get done. Okay, 5 times 4 is 20 minus 1, 19. 10 times 4 is 40 minus 1, 39. Okay, so what's going to happen when 25 goes in? Well, I got to multiply it by 4. 25, 50, 75, 100 minus 1, 99. What's going to happen when 100 goes in? 399, right? 400 minus 1. How about if I put 1,000 in? 3,999, right? That's how easy it is. And how are you going to write this in 8th grade? 4x minus 1. Well, look at what you guys are doing now. Cool, huh? All right. Times 3 is not good enough. Times 3 is 0, not 2. And times 3 is 3, not 5. Times 3 is 6, not 8. Looks like it's going up 2 more afterwards, which means I got to go up 2 more. Let's just double check it. 10 times 3 is 30 plus 2 more. Good. 20 times 3 is 60 plus 2 more. It works. 25 times 3, 75 plus 2 more. And what's going to happen when 100 goes in? 302. All right. And how are you going to write this in 8th grade? 3x plus 2. Again, these equal. If you get to this, you got the right answer. This is just a better way of writing it when you get to 8th grade. All right. On to this. Of means times. Can I write 50% another way? Yeah, I can write it as 0.5, but I can also write it as 1/2. What's 1/2 of 18? 9. And again, you can go multiply 1/2 times 18. How do I make 18 a fraction so I can do it easy? Boom, boom, right? Put on 100. 18 over 2 is the same as 9 over 1. That's how I got the 9. Okay, but knowing that word of means times and knowing that times means of helps you because when you get to a fraction, 1/2 of something, you just cut it in half. All right, 30%, I'm going to write that as 0.3. I could go 3/10 like this or 3/10 like this. I'm going to leave it as a decimal, right? And go 3/10 times 70. I'm going to pretend it's 3 times 70, get 210. But then I pretended this was a 3 by moving the decimal over 1 spot. So I got to go back 1 spot in my answer. 21. 30% of 70 is 21. If you went to go buy something that was 30% off and it normally costs $70, you'd get to save 21. How much would you pay then? Well, you got to go 70 minus 21. That's how much you're saving to figure out that you're going to be paid 49. Good deal. All right. Now, if you got 60 on this, you did not follow the order of operations because you're always supposed to multiply and divide before you add or subtract. So what you're supposed to do here is do this part first. What are you supposed to do on this one first? This part. What are you supposed to do on this one first? Parentheses. And then what's happening here? Nothing written between parentheses and a number. You're going to multiply. So 4 and 3 have a product of 12. What's the difference between 24 and 12? 12 is your answer there. 1 and 6 have a product of 6. What is the sum of 19 and 6? Ain't they cinco? 24 and 4, what's the difference? 20. And what's the product of 20 and 3? 60. Okay, I substitute. I'm going to go ahead and do half of 20 first. 10 times 8 is easy. 80. Here I'm going to do 8 plus 14. And that's 22. 22, take half of it, divide by 2, and then multiply it by 7. So 22 divided by 2 is 11. 11 times 7, 77. All right, 3.2 and 4.5. Can I multiply those? Well, you have to change this to a fraction or this to a decimal. I know a half is 0.5, so I'm going to go ahead and change this to 4.5 times 3.2. And then I'm going to pretend there's no decimal. Pretend that's like 45 and 32. 2 times 45 is 90. Put a placeholder because that's really a 30 now. 3 times 5 is 15. Carry the 1. And 3 times 4 is 12 plus the 1, 13. 14 and 14. Now, 1,440, is that my answer? No. I moved the decimal over one spot to pretend that was a 32, and one spot here to pretend it was a 45. So that's a total of 2 spots. I got to go back 2 spots in my answer. Boom, boom. My answer is 14.4. And let's look at that real quick. If I estimated a little more than 3 times 4.5, 3 times 5 is about 15. 14.4. It only makes sense for me to put the decimal there. I wouldn't put the decimal here and have it be 144 if my estimate's 15, right? So sometimes estimating your product when you're doing this to figure out where the decimal goes is a good thing to do. It's a good double check too. All right, if this square has an area of 16, then that means this times this is 16. These are the same numbers. I can't have 2 and 8 here. It's a square. So it must be what? 4 inches. Okay, what number times itself equals 100? 10 meters. All right, now these are meters. This is inches. It's not square. The area is square units. The length of the side is not. 25 square feet. What's the length? 5 feet. And how about this one? What number times itself equals 256? Hopefully you got that. Now, you know what you're doing here? You don't even know it. You're doing something called square roots. The square root of 16 equals 4. The square root of 100 equals 10. The square root of 25 equals 5. And the square root of 256 equals 16. That's that symbol that you've been seeing every once in a while, and you didn't know what it was. It's called a square root. And you could treat it like this, where you have an area of a square equals that number inside. What would it be the side? All right, and remember the side has to be the same, right? I can't do, 10 times. I can't do 20 times 5 here. They have to be same number. So 10 times 10. All right. Hopefully that wasn't too long for you. Have a great day, everybody.